Okay, we're now in the production profile of our cow-calf business. This is where we kind of lay out the numbers for what animals we have on our place during this analysis. Okay, so these numbers are important. We're going to use them moving throughout the rest of the analysis. So take your time and get these right. Okay, and they're a little trickier than they might seem at first, but we're going to count our cows 3 times in order to get these numbers. Okay, we're going to first go back to breeding season of the year before we do this analysis. Okay, so say we're doing the analysis for 2021. We're going to go back to 2020 breeding and see how many females we exposed to breeding in 2020. All right, so that's the first time we're going to count our cows. The second time is going to fast forward to January 1 of the current year, or the year we're doing this analysis for. So say we're doing it for 2021, we're going to count our cows again January 1 of 2021, and we're going to count our cows a third time December 31st of 2021. Okay, I encourage you guys to do that maybe first and have those numbers handy for the rest of this analysis. All right, let's get into this. January 1, number of beef cows. This is our lug nut ranch example, right? So the lug nut ranch has 285 head of mature beef cows on the place, January 1, 2021. They have 40 head of incoming 2-year-old bred heifers. They're going to be 2, right? They're about to have their first calf. We've just bought these heifers back from our heifer development business for a market value, okay? We have 0 head of heifer calves in the cow-calf business. Now, last fall, right, during shipping or weaning, we decided we needed to keep some heifer calves back and raise them as replacements, but we sold those heifer calves at that time to our replacement heifer business. So those calves right now, even if they're on the place, they're not in our cow-calf business. Okay, we'll handle those in the heifer development enterprise. Our adjusted females exposed. Okay, so that's where we're going back to 2020 and looking at the number of females we exposed to breeding. There's a worksheet at the end, if you flip through these tabs here, called adjusted exposed females. If you click on that, it allows you to put in how many total animals you exposed to breeding the previous year. We're using the example of 2020 right now. And then any animals you transfer in or out of your cow-calf enterprise or in and off the on and off the ranch, and it allows you to figure out your adjusted exposed females. Okay, so for some of these stats here, weaning weight is one of them. We're going to use they're going to be a function of our adjusted exposed females of breeding the year before, and not the number of bred cows that are on our place January 1. Okay, and the reason we figure it that way is we're trying to acknowledge, right, that we had all the input costs of running those cattle for a whole year, right, and hoping they're bred, and when they come up open and we ship them as cull cows, that's a significant cost to our operation, and we'll go through a little more later, but that's what those adjusted females exposed are. Okay, cows and heifers exposed at bred, we got 325. That's those mature beef cows plus the incoming 2-year-old bred heifers. We're assuming that they're hopefully all bred January 1, right? Fast forward to calving season, we have 319 live calves born. 137 of those were steer calves that averaged 515 pounds at weaning. 166 were heifers that averaged 475 pounds. The program, as always, with these orange numbers is going to fill this in for you. It's going to total out your total pounds weaned. Number of cull cows, the Lug Nut Ranch culled 39 head of cattle. They had 5 cows die throughout the year, and 16 of those live calves born died throughout the year. Okay, so this number up here, this January 1 inventory producing females, is that number of mature cows and incoming heifers. Okay, and this number is important. It's what we're going to use throughout the analysis. We're gonna get a lot of these costs on a per cow basis, you know, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are used to seeing. And it's important we get the number of cattle right to get those costs, you know, accurate. The program's going to figure out these different percentages for you. Pregnancy percentage, live calves born as a percent of bred cows, your culling percentage, calving, right, weaning percentage. That 83.2%, that's the Lug Nut Ranch's weaning percentage. That might look a little low to some of you guys. Remember though, we're taking that as a number of live calves weaned as a percentage of our adjusted females exposed during breeding last year, not as a percentage of our bred cows on our place when we started calving, right? So make sure that we're comparing apples to apples there. Our replacement rate, right? What are we replacing our cattle at? We had some death loss. Our average weaning weight, right? Our calves, our calves averaged 493 pounds. That's the steers and heifers average together. But this number at the bottom, I think, is a more important. Even total pounds weaned as a function of females exposed, right? Look what that does to our weaning rates on there. 493 down to 410. I think that shows pretty pretty accurately what having those animals come up open will do to your weaning rates, right? If you're taking it as a number of total females exposed compared to say total bred cows on your place January 1. So we're counting those females exposed during breeding in our weaning our pounds weaned there. Okay. Like I said, this tab is important. Take your time on this sucker. It's definitely these numbers are trickier than they may seem, and we're going to use these numbers, especially this one right here, the inventory of producing females, moving forward through the rest of the analysis.